Welcome, everybody, to Do You Convert Live. We have serious problems with the countdown timer. I'm Mike Lyon.
Kevin Oakley.
We are excited to be with you here today and talk about the International Builders Show. We had such a phenomenal time, and we would like to do a quick little recap for you because we got busy. There were a lot of presentations. We've got Jen and Andrew in the queue. They're going to talk about their time at the Builders Show. But it was a fun show, don't you think, Kevin? Did you have a good time?
It was a blast. And I know from watching all the socials that a lot of you had serious FOMO going on. And so that's why we're doing this, to fill you all in for those who weren't there, for those of you who were able to attend, relive a little bit of that magical experience. Honestly, Mike, I think I hugged more people in just the first day than I did at my own wedding. It was a great event. A lot of you were there. But for those of you who weren't, we're going to wrap it up for you on this Facebook Live.
Absolutely. And we had great intentions of doing some Facebook Live from the event, but the 4G LTE signal was ridiculously terrible.
Too many people. That's the problem when you get almost 100,000 people. LTE, Wi-Fi, hotspots, none of it was working, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's awesome. So, hey, we're going to bring up our first feedbacker. Is that the word?
That's not the word, but you made it up.
Reviewer. Sorry, we're going to bring on Jen. So let's bring her into this. We're rotating through Jen Barkin. Hello, Jen. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
So first of all, Jen gets huge props for rocking the Do You Convert shirt on the last day. That was awesome. So
director of fun, I gotta do something, right? And I was a cheerleader at one time in my youth, so that's how I can cheer on the guys and represent Do You Convert with my shirt.
You did a great job. Okay, so tell us the two questions that we can answer for people who are tuning in. Tell us, what was one of your key takeaways, something that you took away from the Builder Show that you would like to bring back and share with people. If they asked you, how was it? What was something you would tell people listening in?
Well, one of the big takeaways for me is that, to be relevant, you've got to have a beard. So
and not a good beard either, as we can tell, just a beard, right?
Sparse, that's okay.
Patchy's fine.
Long, patchy, full, whatever. So I definitely, when I look around, I am not joking. It was like full on beard envy all around. So I've got one on order from Amazon.
That's good.
I can just put it on so I can really feel part of the team. But it was always love going because, we truly, you have friends in the industry and it's always good to see everybody. Just like Kevin was saying, you just go around and you hug everybody and it's like camp. So that's always awesome. But I definitely heard a lot, I wasn't speaking, so I got to really kind of sit and observe and really look around and kind of listen. And so it was interesting. I heard a lot of people talking about automation and, chat bots. And at first I got a little bit like, my mama bear defensiveness came out because I was thinking, well, that's the online sales specialist job, right? Is to be responsive and to talk with people and chat and so it made me think, chatbot, is it virtual assistant or virtual assassin or kind of what do you guys think about it? I kind of had mixed feelings about it, but I heard a lot of people talking about it.
It's Kevin, fitting that we were in Orlando because about a 15-20 minute drive away is inside of Disney World is the Carousel of Progress from the 1964 World's Fair, where we were all promised by the year 2000, we would have flying cars, robots who fulfilled all of our daily chores around the house. None of it is there. So I think, while the technology is improving and getting better, it's not ready for prime time yet.
Right.
And most people don't have the basics down well enough to even know what to tell the robots, the artificial intelligence, what to do, because they're not doing it manually correct the right way. So it's just going to expedite more people getting frustrated faster if you don't wait until it is ready.
Well, and I heard some of that too. And, what can we do from, like you're saying, chatbots, texting platforms, things like that. It all is great. Sales automation, marketing automation, any kind of automation is fantastic until you get engagement, right? And then when a customer is engaging for a product like this, a home that's so nuanced, that's where the people and the personalization come in. So it's all great to a point until you get engagement. And if you can't handle it from engagement on, then you miss that opportunity. So no matter what happens in the future, that's something you have to keep in mind. Good takeaway though.
It's so important to have that humanization. That's what it's all about, right? Is having that person that, hey, I can actually talk to. So that was interesting to kind of hear the different sides on that, and a lot of people talking about it for sure.
Good. Okay, what's the other question is hallway talk. What did you see in the hallway?
Lots of positive vibes, builders reporting that business is great right now. People are busy. It definitely wasn't like, hey, I don't have leads. I don't, it was business is booming. People are happy. It was good vibes. It was a huge, big year for nationals. I understand, the SMC awards, they had a ton of entries. And so, that's always cool, because I can remember years past where they were begging for entries. You know what I mean? Right. So that kind of tells you that, hey, there's a lot going on in the industry, and it's really cool stuff. So it was fun to kind of listen to people talk and have some of our friends and clients win and be excited. So that was cool. Definitely had some people talk to me about, wanting more education, even more than what's there, maybe deep diving further, some more advanced tracks of education. So that was kind of a common theme that I heard people talking about in the hallways and around.
That's great. We love the Builders Show, and we love what we get there. The networking opportunities are always phenomenal, and it's a good time to see clients too. So loved
it is.
Good feedback, Jen. Thank you so much. Yeah. And for those of you joining or watching this right now, let us know what you loved, a key takeaway from the Builder Show, something that you saw, or the chat happening in the hallways, or any questions about what goes on at the Builder Show.
And if you chatted with any bots, let us know that.
If you chatted with any bots. All right. We're circling Jen out, and we're bringing up next into the show. We're bringing up our good friend, Andrew. Yes. Hello, Andrew. There he is, the man of the hour.
Thank you.
Andrew, who had his Builder Show debut.
Yeah,
I did.
Hey, Andrew, his first presentation at TechBite, which you did a phenomenal job. So this is your second Builder Show, right?
It was.
You came last year. This is your first one speaking. Were you nervous?
I was excited, more than nervous. I was excited.
Okay.
It was a TechBite room, so I was in my element with all the other nerds. So it was good. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
My favorite part was even though it's full of nerds, the nerds were trying to keep up with Andrew. And so he's like, yeah, you go here, you push this button, you do that. And everyone's freaking out, trying to literally rapid shot like 15 pictures a second, trying to keep up. So it was awesome to see you lead the nerd tribe there in your session. It was awesome.
And like I said, it was just the right amount of nerdy. So that was great. And I also learned all the tracking, the UTM codes when we were on a call the next day with Kevin. I was like, hey, I learned that at the Builder Show.
I know that.
I felt so smart. So what was something that you would, if they missed that presentation, what's something that you would say is a key point to pass on for people who couldn't attend or who weren't there? What's a key point from your presentation?
Yeah, Kevin really said it for me. Everyone's getting excited about chatbots, AI, AR, virtual reality, all that stuff, but we still need to get the basics down. Even though I had some really cool points in the presentation, a lot of it was things that everyone should be doing already. So make sure you at Google AdWords, Facebook ads, analytics, at a really good level before you move on to all these exciting new silver bullet things.
Right. No, that's good. Okay, what's something that you took away, something you learned or something you took away from the show?
Yeah, it was partly from what Jen said and what you said in the Sales Central room. The phone is super important. You need that human interaction. This is probably the largest purchase most people will make is their home. So it's cool having all these great marketing things, and we find them on Facebook, but as soon as we can get them out of the digital world and let them become a human with us, be better.
Yeah, and that's less replaceable, right? So
you cannot replace that.
No, it's good.
I don't think you can.
So hallway chit chat, Sales Central, and we love Sales Central because it's just a rotating musical chairs of people that we love to hang out with. But what was happening in the hallways? What was the conversations that you were having?
First, in Sales Central, you better get in line for lunch because that line is long. It starts at 12 o'clock. They start serving. About 11:30, people are already lined up. So make sure you go there for food, and you are lined up early.
Day 3, all I had for lunch was a roll and dessert.
Yum!
That was all that was left, which I'm not complaining about. I mean, I got my carbs and my sugar intake, so that was fine. But you're right.
But everyone really wants further education, which I kind of view that as people want to improve, which is a lot of fun because that's what we do every day is, optimizing advertising, getting better results. And it's great being around hundreds of other people that want the same thing. And that's what they're there for at IBS.
Yeah, that's definitely a difference that you'll see there is, compulsory versus voluntary. Everybody has volunteered to be there. Yep. Even the people who are there, they volunteer to get up and get out of their hotel and get to the show. And they choose their classes.
Even on Thursday.
Yeah, even on Thursday. So you know that they're really there to learn. That's a really good point. Awesome. And next year's in Vegas. That's exciting. That's you can't drive to Vegas.
You can't. I'll get to fly. Yeah, I'm only like an hour and a half away from Orlando, so it didn't really feel like a trip for me. Everyone flew down, so next year I'll get to fly out. So that's very nice and exciting. And hopefully the wireless and Wi-Fi and all that is a lot better than
we were just
that was painful. That was painful.
Okay, so for those of you who had a chance to see Andrew, or even if you didn't, give him this emoji. What is this emoji? Is that high five hands?
High five, yeah.
High fives?
Is that the hands? Is that the one I always send?
Yes. Yeah. It's always like, hey.
It can mean whatever you want it to mean.
So many meanings. So you did a great job. Yeah, it's fun having this show. All right, we're going to ask Kevin next. Kevin Oakley, you were a busy man. 3 different presentations. 3 different days. Was it 3 different days? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
And you did the what was new. If you guys didn't see it on the social feed, was this debate, which was just raucous. It was a raucous.
It was so
debate.
Awesome. The worst part of the debate was waking up the next morning and someone very caringly had videotaped a portion of the debate and posted it online without the context that we were playing characters and roles and giving the back and forth. And so Dennis got a ton of Donna. That's awesome. Dennis got a ton of hate because his argument was that on-site is, more important than online in this process, and that, online salespeople are cherry picking the M&Ms out of the bowl and leaving the peanuts in the trail mix. And so I woke up thinking, oh my gosh, this is awful. But it just proves that, again, we pulled it off. We were able to show all sides of the argument. And it was just a ton of fun. Already had, 5 or 6 people say, I want to do that again next year with you guys because it was so much fun. Especially we need a lady. We need a gal to join us. Beards are great, but we want to have all those perspectives. So we are on the hunt for both topics. Feel free to list them here that you'd like us to argue and debate next time, as well as if you'd like to participate with us.
Yeah, key point that you would want to offer up something from the show that you would share with people who didn't make it.
The first one, super quick, this is my 10th year going to the show, is that education is awesome. You heard Andrew and Jen both say people want more education. Education is awesome. You got to have some application with that education, or you just get a whole book full of notes. And if you come back, you hear a lot of the education topics are the same. And what that means is that people aren't applying. So we say this every time we ever have an event our own. Pick one thing and go do it. Go watch 5 more YouTube videos about how it works and what it is after the show. You just pick that one thing and apply it for sure. The other one is that everyone wants to talk about open rates and conversion rates and how to go faster and all these other rates, but no one's talking about care rate. And that's why everyone freaked out when Facebook made the announcement, by the way, the same day that we had just talked about at the last session, that Facebook was likely to make changes to everything. So Facebook comes out and says, hey, engagement's the main metrics we're looking for. And all the marketers, this is the death of Facebook marketing, advertising. Now paid advertising is all that matters, all this stuff. And it's because no one's focused on the customer. We don't even worry about, does the customer care what we're trying to yell at them? Can they tell that we care about them? Is there context to our message? Are we listening when they respond? And I mean, time and time again, we see it's not about chasing these big numbers. It's about having the right process for that best one-on-one interaction and then doing that a whole bunch of times. And so, you have to do the math. Story that we shared on the session, the company that spent $550,000 on Facebook ads for 11 months and got 5 sales from it. Some big numbers in there, big money spent. They generated 3,500 contacts a month. It's a lot of contacts, a lot of leads. And what came out of it? You could have automated that and done it all a lot faster. I don't know that you would have gotten a lot more sales as a result. So
right.
That's my big one. Avoid the big numbers until you can prove that you can act on the small ones and get the results you want.
Yeah, no, that's I like that, and I think that's what's happening in a good market. You see a lot of that happening. Everybody's looking for that silver bullet. What's the hallway talk, the hallway chatter, right? The receptions, the builder tech reception, the dinners, the late night shakes or whatever you were doing. That was great.
Yes. Malted shakes of Johnny Rockets to end the week. That was fantastic. The one thing is that the market is getting savvier. Your boss is likely getting savvier. And before they were just saying like, hey, are we doing this internet thing? Are we doing that? To now they are asking marketers more questions. And there's a lot of fear, which isn't bad if that motivates you to take action. But changing your behavior based on fear is not a good thing. And so I heard some people say, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right when it came to organic social or the metrics that we're looking at maybe not being correct. And I'm really nervous that my clients or my owner or somebody is going to realize that this has been a little bit of a smoke and mirrors show. And so that's good. I mean, people are figuring out what's important and they're razoring in, but it goes back to that application part. You've got to really become an expert at the basics and being able to not report numbers, because anyone can print out numbers on a piece of paper, email a report, but analyze the data and really explain what's happening to those around you on your team. It gets more buy-in from ownership. They'll give you money to actually solve the problems you need to solve if you can explain it. There's just so many. But we're excited to go chase AR, VR, chatbots, robots, everything else. And we don't have a fundamental understanding of these basic elements. You've heard everyone say it, but it's absolutely true. Right.
Absolutely. And if you guys were at the debate, if you're watching this, you can give, what do you do? Thumbs up? What's the emoji we're going to do? Is there a middle thumb
punching
yet?
Glove. Punching glove, right?
Glove. We'll do boxing glove. That's right.
Boxing glove, yeah.
That was a good time. No, it's interesting. The session that I did at Sales Central was on prospecting. And again, I think some people look at this and go, okay, yeah, sure. But you got a prospect. It's like, no. I don't think you understand what real prospecting actually is, because it's hard. The thing that resonated with the audience, multiple people came up afterwards and said, I said, prospecting sucks and so do burpees. We don't want to do burpees. No one's like excited to do this intense hard workout, but we like the end results. And that's the same thing with prospecting. The end result is what we're going for. That's 30 to 40% of your business. And it's hard work. And so I think some people are looking for the easy way out. I think some people are looking for too much efficiency and forgetting that we are probably not going to be able to replace that as easily as we would like. So we saw that all the time,
It really, today we were looking at numbers for one of our clients, and two online salespeople, they had made over 450 outbound calls in the month of December, not inbound, not responding to emails, outbound prospecting related calls. And even if you look at, the average number of activities that online salespeople need to make now to get that response, overall, the averages have come down a little bit, but that just means there's more opportunity if you're willing to do that hard work in the prospecting arena.
Yeah, because, no one's doing it even in the short term and definitely not in the long term. So a lot of opportunity there for sure. Hallway chatter was, my company just got bought. My company's getting bought. Look at all these mergers. What's happening? What's going to go on? And listen, that just means the market's good and there's good things happening. And, the goal is take advantage of this good market too. Continue to innovate and educate, educate yourself, innovate. Kevin always talks about that. using the good times and the money, the surplus to innovate. So when the harder times come, you're set up and you have a competitive advantage. So there's nothing to freak out about except for, hey, don't miss the good market. That's the only thing we should be worrying about is how do we take full advantage of this. Yes, we know there's constraints in supply and labor and all that stuff, but people are excited to purchase something. And definitely after January, this is when it hits and everybody's starting to move forward. So a lot of good things happening in the halls, and it's always good to see our friends and clients and everything else that we're working with. But it's overall extremely positive, and I think people are also excited to go to Vegas next year. It's changing, right, Kevin?
Yeah,
right?
It's in Vegas, and it's in February. So you get to recover from the holidays before you go out into the show next year, which is going to be nice. It's
going to be nice. So, hey, that's our recap from Do You Convert. Fill us in, leave a comment, let us know the things that you guys loved about the show or you want to see at the next show. For us, we love this industry, and we love the people who put on the HB and NSMC. They do such a phenomenal job putting this event on. There's so much planning, so we're always appreciative to them. Yep. And then just for those who we do get to see there, that's time, it's money. It's, time away from the office. It's the flights there. It's the delayed flights. It's the canceled flights. We always appreciate getting to network with you. So we're so glad to see you. Leave us a comment. We always love it. Kevin, any final words before we close it out?
Just big thanks to all the sponsors at Sales Central too, from Builder Designs and Group 2 and Lasso CRM. That is such an amazing space that people come to, not just for lunch, but because it's a great place to connect and network and learn. So thanks to those guys. And this is the year to widen that moat. It's about making the most money possible, but also making the most happy customers possible so that 2019 and beyond are a lot easier for you.
Absolutely. So if you missed it this year, put it on your calendar for next year. We'll see you at IBS in Vegas in February. And thanks for tuning in to Do You Convert Live, episode number, I don't even know what we're on. What are we on?
I don't either.
30-something?
Not enough. Not enough. More coming this year.
More coming this year. All right. Well, we'll see you, everybody.
All right.